The heavy wooden door of Harmony Martial Arts Studio creaked as Sarah Thompson stepped inside, her scuffed sneakers squeaking on the polished hardwood floor. The air was thick with the scent of sweat and eucalyptus, mingling with the sharp focus of students training under the dim glow of overhead lights. It was a chilly evening in Portland, Oregon, on March 15, 2024, and Sarah was there to pick up her 15-year-old daughter, Lila. The studio, nestled in a quiet corner of the city, buzzed with energy kicks thudding against pads, instructors barking commands, and the rhythmic breathing of determined students. Sarah, a 40-year-old single mom, blended into the crowd of parents along the wall. Her curly hair, streaked with gray, was pulled into a loose ponytail, and her faded hoodie and jeans gave her an unassuming air. She smiled warmly as she spotted Lila practicing a series of kicks, her daughter's face lit with determination. Lila had blossomed from a shy girl into a confident teen through martial arts, and Sarah's heart swelled with pride. "Mom," Lila called, waving with a grin, her cheeks flushed from effort. Sarah waved back, settling onto a bench to check her phone, though her eyes kept drifting to the training floor. Across the room, Ethan Carter, a tall, imposing black belt instructor, led a group of advanced students. His crisp, white GI and confident stride exuded authority, but Sarah noticed a subtle edge in his demeanor. His sharp corrections often landed harder on students of color, like a young boy named Malik, who shrank under Ethan's biting tone. "Higher, Malik. This isn't a beginner class." Ethan snapped, his voice laced with mockery. A few students chuckled, but Malik's shoulders slumped, his spirit visibly dimmed. Sarah's jaw tightened. She'd seen this before: Ethan's favoritism toward white students, his dismissive glances at Lila and others. It wasn't overt, but it stung all the same. Sarah overheard two parents nearby. "Ethan's tough, but he gets results," one said. The other hesitated, whispering, "Yeah, but my kid says he's harder on some students than others." The words hit Sarah like a punch. She knew Lila had faced similar slights, though her daughter never complained. As Ethan's eyes flicked toward her and Lila with a faint sneer, Sarah felt a fire ignite within her. She wasn't just here to pick up her daughter anymore, she was ready to confront the quiet prejudice simmering in this dojo. The next evening, Sarah arrived early, taking a seat in the corner to observe. Ethan's bias was undeniable. He praised a white student, Connor, with a pat on the back for a sloppy kick, while Malik, executing the same move with more precision, got a curt, "Again, Malik. Don't waste my time." Sarah's heart ached as she saw Lila flinch under Ethan's harsh critique of her form. The room felt heavier, the parents of color exchanging tense glances, their silence a mix of frustration and fear of speaking out. When class ended, Ethan announced a special demonstration for the next day, his eyes locking onto Sarah with a mocking grin. "Let's show everyone the difference between a pro and an amateur." Sarah, Lila's mom, seems like the perfect volunteer. Never thrown a punch, right? The room fell silent. Lila gripped Sarah's arm, whispering, "Mom, you don't have to." But Sarah, her voice steady, replied, "If you want a match, Ethan, I'm in. But if I win, you apologize publicly for your unfair treatment of these kids." Gasps rippled through the crowd. Ethan laughed, but a flicker of unease crossed his face. "Deal," he said, his tone dripping with arrogance. That night, alone in her small apartment, Sarah sat by the window, the city's lights casting shadows across her face. Ethan's taunts had stirred memories she'd buried deep. Years ago, as Sarah Thunder Brooks, she dominated the MMA world, winning 3 world championships with her calm, lethal precision. But tragedy struck the night before her biggest fight. Her brother, Jamal, her greatest supporter, died in a car crash en route to cheer her on. Devastated, Sarah retired, changed her name, and moved to Portland to raise Lila, leaving her past behind. Now, Ethan had awakened the warrior within her. She pulled her old championship belt from a hidden drawer, her fingers tracing its worn surface. "Jamal," she whispered, "this one's for you, for Lila, for justice." The next day, the studio was packed, tension crackling in the air. Ethan strutted onto the mat, his black belt gleaming, while Sarah stood in her simple clothes, her calm demeanor unnerving the crowd. "Ready to learn your place, Sarah?" Ethan taunted, She nodded, unflinching. He launched into a flurry of showy kicks, stopping inches from her, expecting her to flinch. She didn't. The crowd murmured as Sarah dodged each move with eerie precision, her movements fluid, almost effortless. Ethan's grin faded, replaced by frustration. His attacks grew wilder, sloppier, but Sarah evaded every strike, her calm gaze never leaving his face. The room's mood shifted. Mocking whispers turned to gasps of awe. "How's she doing that?" a parent whispered. Malik's mom, Tanya, watched with tearful pride. Ethan, now panting, roared, "Fight back, coward." Sarah's voice cut through, cool and defiant. "I'm waiting for you to show me something worth fighting." Enraged, Ethan unleashed his signature spinning kick, a move that had felled opponents before. But Sarah, with a single, delicate touch, disrupted his balance, sending him crashing to the mat. The dojo erupted in stunned silence, then thunderous applause. Ethan, sprawled on the floor, stared up in disbelief. Sarah stepped forward, her voice firm but kind. "True strength isn't in your kicks or your ego, Ethan. It's in humility and respect." Tears streamed down Lila's face as she shouted, "My mom's Thunderbrooks, 3-time MMA champion." The crowd gasped, phones flashing as they confirmed the truth online. Ethan, humbled, stammered an apology, his voice breaking. "I was wrong. I'm sorry for my prejudice, for hurting your kids." Sarah nodded, her heart light. She'd won more than a match sparked change. From that day, Harmony Studio transformed. Ethan became a fairer, humbler instructor, and Sarah inspired countless students, especially those of color, to embrace their strength. The dojo became a beacon of equality, a place where respect trumped prejudice. What would you do if you witnessed subtle bias like Ethan's in your own community? Would you stay silent or risk everything to confront it? Have you ever underestimated someone only to be proven wrong? Share your thoughts below, like this story, and subscribe for more tales of courage and justice.